It's good. Go buy. Bye-bye. The QK101 will now be my new recommendation for anyone looking for a full-size keyboard, which doesn't say much because there aren't that many full-size offerings out there, but I digress. QWERTY Keys did send this out to me for free for review, but no money was exchanged. As always, my thoughts are my own and my own only, and I'll prove it. This board has a few flaws. See? My own thoughts only, but we'll get into those later. As for the Pro, we have a CNC'd aluminum case with a pretty sick backweight design, definitely bringing over the vibes from the Vento 80 and the QK80 MK2. Side profile, very reminiscent of the OG QK100 with a 7-degree typing angle, can be used in wired, Bluetooth, or 2.4 gigahertz dongle. Houses dual 400 milliamp batteries, which is overkill, but I guess there's no complaints here. Has a built-in screen that supports custom GIFs for the foreground and the background separately, which is cool, but my smooth brain couldn't think of any cool ways to display this, so this is the best I could come up with. Hell yeah. Other cool things about the screen is that the GIF's playback speed automatically adjusts to your typing speed, like shown here. She's going so fast. Yeah. The QK101 also has interchangeable magnet badges. You can actually switch out the 101 badges with the stuff that's displayed on the back. Like the ones become the L's and the T's, and the O can become either this guy or the smiley face. But also hidden in the back weight is another magnetic badge that also hides your USB dongle, which is pretty cool. The board will come with all of these badges for free. Obviously, these ones will depend on the color you choose. Before we go into the different sound tests, we'll have to go over the dual mounting system. The QK101 can be built gasket mount or top mount. And for you newbies out there, this is how the plate and PCB mount into the case. This is where most of your typing feel will come from. Gasket mount has a soft and hard setting, which you can change by simply flipping the gaskets, and top mount will be your stiffest setting. Plate cushions. What is that, you ask? Let me explain. This is QWERTY Keys' new foam pad that sits on top of the switch plate. This is supposed to better showcase the sound characteristics of different switches, and let's see if it works. Oh yeah, definitely does something, right? Theoretically, I guess this works because any sound that's now coming from the plate is being absorbed from this foam. I'm no scientist, so we'll just leave it at that. Plate stabs! QWERTY Keys now offers plates that are compatible with plate stabs. I had no idea people were asking for this, but here you go. In QWERTY Keys' defense, plate mounted stabs are easier to work with. This is because you don't have to remove all the switches and the plate just to get to the stabs. Just historically, they weren't that great back in the day just because the tolerances were bad and they would always move around and become shaky. And if you do end up going with this option, QWERTY Keys will send you out pre-lubed stabilizers, which I tried out and they were definitely solid with no rattle. The downside is that the plate stab options are limited to the 6.25U spacebar layout, which I personally think is a goes. I mean, look at that. Yuck. And this is con number 1. That's right, I did say there were a couple cons, because these thoughts are my own and my own only. Con number 2. no ball catch system. I mean, hear me out. It's not that big of a deal. But come on, man, I thought that was the direction we were moving with. You know how many times I had to rebuild this thing? How all the freaking screws and all this stuff? Dude, it takes so freaking long just to do this one thing. One con I forgot to mention is that QWERTY Keys includes a Phillips screwdriver for the kit, but there's actually two types of screws you need for this keyboard if you want to run the top mount. The top mount takes T6 screws, and you're going to need a separate T6 screw head. Unfortunately, that is not included in the kit. I think the QK101 is a great successor to my favorite QWERTY Keys board, the QK100. It has great design features and specs you would expect from QWERTY Keys. And the design notes just go hard, man. Look at this thing. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. You were finished, bro. Now, the starting price could be considered a con, but at $240, I personally think that it's more than fair. Full-size boards take a ton of materials. I mean, this thing's as big as my torso, dude, and I'm 6 foot. This thing's fat. It's a bonker. And other options for full-size boards with this type of quality easily go for double the price. It's good. Go buy. Bye-bye.
Like and subscribe.